Mike. Hello.
Hello, mate. Hello, Helen. Oh, you made it.
Hiya.
Got the volume up.
Hi, Howard. Hi, Mike.
Oh, my. Hey.
Hello.
You all know each other then. Great.
Yeah, easier.
Yeah, old Swansea Nick. Hi, guys.
I'm the only
Hi.
one that never went to Swansea. They always sent me to Cardiff.
Hi, Helen. All right.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Sorry I couldn't make the last day or two. I was still suffering from the
Please
jab.
don't apologise. You were
Congrat
ill.
Congratulations. Well, I
Thank
always get
you.
it. I always get I give up with the COVID because it made me so ill. So.
Yeah, Grant was really ill
Can I
after his.
before you kick off, can you remind me, can you get that guy, Sadly, what you say it was?
Have you got a pen?
No, but can you write it, message me underneath, all right? You can
Yes.
message me.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah. I think he's
Jenny
only
just
some.
wants to know who he is, that's all.
Ooh, I'll do it now. So it's Dr. Alan Sandry.
This is about the Wittgenstein. He stayed in Langland Road. He's a famous philosopher guy, so
Have you got that?
Uh,
So
I'm in trouble with my sound, but I can hear. Yeah, I got it underneath. Yeah, okay.
I'm happy to do an introduction. He's a
Where,
really
where's
open,
where's he from?
easygoing
Where's
bloke.
he from?
He's Welsh. He's from the other side. I can't remember actually. But
What's
he
his
lives
connection with Wittgenstein?
so he's a philosophy and politics lecturer
Yeah, at
uh,
Cardiff.
at Swansea.
Oh, right. No, I
Yeah.
oh, right.
And
Okay.
how
Well,
do I
Jenny
know
should
it?
know him.
She probably does. He
I don't
does.
know
He
why
had.
didn't recognize the name. That's all. And he must be recent then.
So he he did a whole online lecture and he invited his biographer down to give a talk. It's all online.
All right.
And
Okay.
yeah, it's
All
really
right.
interesting.
Sandri. Okay.
If Johnny wants to meet for a cuppa
Yes.
after next week, I get my life back a bit, so I'll be
Ah.
free. We can all meet for a cuppa. I can write it all down. I
Okay.
can do an introduction. I
All
could
right
even,
then. Okay.
it's fine.
Great. Okay. Thanks.
No worries.
Okay,
In
guys.
fact,
Well,
they're gonna put a plaque in Langland.
Yeah.
yes. What about the one at the house?
That was good.
Yeah.
Uh, they said it was a dangerous road.
All right. Have you met Con and Mike?
I've met Mike. Hiya, Mike. But nice to meet you,
No,
Colin.
hasn't
Con
met me yet.
from
Yeah,
Brittany.
we met.
Mm.
Hi, Paul.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
We,
Cool.
we we normally get a few more. We wait 5 minutes, and then you just.
Biscuits not coming in. He's familyed out.
Oh, I see. All right. So,
We've got a message from him, and Kipper should be here. I don't know where he is, and Sam as usual.
yeah, yeah
It'll be late.
we better explain to Helen that we've all got our names from our surfing days, Helen. So, in case
Ah,
you're wondering, apart from Howard, who is his nickname, we were very clever with his. We called him Howard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
Gary
try and
T.
get my audio sorted. Yeah.
So, Con was Con because his name's conibear. I was Primo for reasons I don't want to talk about.
Hi, Gary.
Um, we've
brilliant.
got Biscuit,
Hi, Gary. All right.
Patrick Crawford, and Kipper's Robert Fisher. Oh, you know Kipper, I think, don't you?
Brilliant. I don't know. We'll wait and see now.
He lives in Skurridge. I thought you may know him.
Ah, okay, might do.
Yeah, for some reason I thought you did, but maybe not.
Mhm.
Yeah, so hi guys.
I'm rubbish with names, but I am good with faces.
All
I think
right.
Yeah,
that's a song.
it's like a goldfish bowl in here. We forget who we're even talking to sometimes. But yeah, well, we may as well crack on. And
Yeah.
so you've all met Helen now. So we were talking about surfing museums and surfing digital archives and all sorts of things. And I know Helen has a few ideas and a few thoughts on it. So I'll leave you just sort of crack on with it, Hal. And you can sort of
This means
go from there.
I no swearing from me then.
You can swear as much as you like. I swear quite a lot.
That's
Yeah.
all
I
right.
quite like it.
You first.
You
Didn't hear you.
may
Sam's
learn some new words.
well, I'm always ready to learn.
Yeah.
You
We
can
did a
Sam.
thing once where Con was sort of not banned, but he was self-imposed a ban on himself for swearing. So each program lasted about 1 minute before he swore. So we didn't get very.
But I'm getting better at it now. Hey, Sam, all right?
What, getting better at swearing?
Yeah.
I'll control it. I'll try not to swear.
Hi, Sam. Do you know Sam, Helen?
I know him, but we don't know each
Sam,
other.
we can call him Plastic for short if you want.
Yeah, that's a good.
So, was it me when you said you know? I mean, have I filtered through know of, but we haven't met, so.
No,
Yeah, we've met.
prison.
Fun?
When you were in prison.
Hey, Sam, I
Got
just
lots
thought,
of
just
mutual
thought of
friends, I
something.
think.
Mutual friends.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Sam, a note for you, right?
Yeah.
Get a cloth and some window cleaner or something, and try and clean the lens of your cam.
I'm very good. So, I mean, this bit here, is it?
With your finger, yeah. Right,
Yeah.
no.
Nothing seems to happen here. And I did think of getting. I got a powerful light in the other room. Only the cabling is such a whatever to pull it in here. And I think, will that make any difference if I get a brighter light in this room? I'm not sure.
You're missing some contrast somewhere. I'll keep this coming in. There we go.
Have you got a
The little thing where the lens is, I'm sure I've wiped that and nothing seems to,
Yeah.
a curtain?
I don't know what it is. Maybe you just got a poor quality camera.
That's what it is.
Anyway, it's all right. Okay, all right.
Gone.
Right.
He's still in the 60s. That's why.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So where are you at, Helen? I mean, are you
I live in Kittle,
all right?
but I did live in Mumbles for about 10 years. My gran was from Mumbles.
You're
And
all
I'm good friends with lots of people like who are trying to think of someone. Oh, you know Martin Sunny Boy. He's
Yeah.
a
Oh, yeah.
close friend of mine. Yeah. And my husband is a musician. He plays in the Earthsign Princes.
that's
Two of them,
fantastic.
like
Yeah,
the
I know of
the
them.
rock band, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
you know
seen
what it's like. We know lots of people,
Yeah.
and I've seen. Yeah.
Helen's husband used to go to school with my daughter. Makes me seem
Yeah.
she's really old.
Oh yeah, I've seen
That's interesting, Howard.
We're all we're all old.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, yeah.
That's good.
Right. So Kip has just come in. Helen, Rob. I didn't know if you knew each other, Rob. I thought for some reason you did, but
Hello, may do.
yeah, who
Hello.
knows?
All right.
So
All right.
Do you walk on the water then, Helen?
Pardon?
You walk on the water.
Oh no,
Yeah, she can.
my son, my husband, all
Yeah.
my family. But I swim in the sea, a sea swim, but I don't
Yeah.
surf.
But they do they?
Obsessive. Well, my son particularly obsessively. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And all
that's
my
what you've been
and all my
surfing, Sam.
cousins. Oh my
Fun.
yeah.
You were talking about surfing. I thought you'd gone all religious or something.
No,
Do you?
walking on
To
the water.
walk on the water.
I like running. I'm obsessed with running up mountains.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh,
So that
someone's
little
gonna do
post
it.
on the island of Langland, took me a while to figure it's from Huntingdon. I remember calling into Huntingdon when I was on a bike ride, and we walked out on the pier, but the break is on the left side as you're looking out of the pier. So is
Yeah.
that a couple of Welsh people out there doing well, is it?
Yeah, Bob Sponge.
Right.
World Championships, Paraplegic Championships.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when they were calling out the time, he was in the lead, and there was then counting down the time left for
Yeah.
nobody to get a better wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's world champion, been world champion two, 3 times now.
Oh, well, fantastic.
He's from Bridgend Way somewhere, I think.
Yeah, but he does Langland. He was doing Langland quite a lot when he was
Yeah.
surfing.
He's getting his street cred up, wasn't he?
Yeah. Right. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, yeah. We digress.
I think they ought to rename that People of Mumbles to the People of the Pier and Birdies.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, Howard. Ooh,
I
that's
haven't watched the last
controversial,
one.
isn't it?
I've given up watching it.
I haven't watched the last one, but
I haven't watched it. Is it going to annoy me if I watch it?
Yes.
yeah.
I've
I
only
haven't watched it and I'm already annoyed.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, and I'm in France, and I'm annoyed.
Right.
I'm
Helen, we'll
annoyed.
let you try again. Right. Yeah, you got to all listen for a minute.
Right, the stage is
I know
yours.
it's going to be hard. Yeah. But try.
I'm enjoying myself.
Ah, good.
No, we've only got 40 minutes, Helen, and
Okay, I'll
Best
quickly
get
then, and then
Delta
I'll leave
first.
you in peace. I'll leave you in peace. So basically, it's up to you really. But I've been running the Story of Mumbles archive contract, but I will shortly be handing it over. But I just applied for a grant to do
sorry,
various
Helen, can you
things.
explain?
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
explain what that is? Nobody knows what it is apart from me.
What now? The story of it's a
Yeah.
new digital archive for Mumbles, basically. Just a central hub point, if you like, even though I hate the word hub now. To put photos, archives. It's a digital archive. So I've done quite a few heritage projects around that, and I just, with my family's obsession with surfing, is there, it should have its own page really. And as I was closing a local project on Mumbles Farms, the grant funders sent me a link saying that they had some money to do an event, a heritage event. So there's £7,000 available. So I don't know. I just said to Mike, wouldn't it be amazing to have an event where everyone could drop in, you could have music, people could bring photos, we could have scanners and things to hand, and just deposit memorabilia, not deposit it, but we could photocopy it, copy it, and you could take it home. But then it would all be recorded in one central place, and a celebration of sorts of whatever type you had had in mind. I'm not explaining myself very well, am I?
So, if I can we can recap and help you out. So I'm aware of that project existence. I remember I went along to one of the early talks in the Austrian Hall, roughly explaining what it was. And there was this digital thing. So inviting everybody, anything you had, bring it along.
Yeah.
You can log it in. You were going out and interviewing people for their stories and all that. So what you know is, apart from that ongoingness, is a bit more big awareness, and to tack it onto an event, and then people will know about it, and it won't be a case of actually individually trying to contact you or whatever. It would be, should we go to this event? And we'll all take our little bits, and it'll create a little bit of a human contact, as opposed to getting one level above the digital sort of tech. So that would be great, Howard,
Be really nice, because when my husband is the coach at the lifeguards and Mumbles lifeguards, and when they had their event, we recorded it and everyone was there, and I went round and collected stuff, and it was much nicer but it wasn't an event as such, for it was their celebration or their social get together or whatever. But even if there's this grant for £7,000. It's going to be competitive. It's sort of first come, first served. But if it's something you would like me to apply for, I can apply for it literally early next week and see what we get. See what if we get.
If you'd like to get some feedback of, would we help you with the involvement of actually creating the event manning it
yeah.
and all that. So
Yes.
that sounds really good. That is, you
Brilliant.
get a bit of a small group to sort of decide on what aspects you're going to do of it. Are you going to show some footage? Are you going to have
Mhm.
people talking about stuff? Yeah. Are you going to have some music there? Are you going to
Yeah,
have refreshments? All that stuff. So that, and then you call it something, and then you hold it in a venue. So and then once you
exactly.
formulated, you can put it up, and we can big it. Just one thing, when you said Mumbles lifeguards, are there a Mumbles lifeguards then?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're in
yeah.
Caswell. And
Caswell.
and
Well,
then
aren't
there's
they Caswell
Langland.
Why are they Caswell lifeguards?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? So they're called Mumbles Lifeguards, but they're based in Caswell.
A
Uh-huh.
Caswell's
And then
not
you've got
even in Gower.
Langland. Yeah, and you've got Langland Lifeguards then in Langland.
Hmm.
But
What did
yeah,
you think it wasn't strong enough to just call them Caswell lifeguards?
I don't know. I've no idea.
Could,
Don't
could,
know.
could,
This Caswell's on the cusp, isn't it? Between it's literally on the boundary, I think, between Bishopston and anyway,
But
yeah.
is it
No
anything
idea.
to do with the operation that's based in Caswell, which must be attached to the disability surfing lot? I mean, is there anything to do with that?
No, they've been
No.
no, all of these sort of work together and share coaches and things
Yeah.
sometimes. So it's they run it from the old St. John's ambulance shed.
The
Do you know the one on the beach?
surfability is more of a business.
Do what?
Yeah,
The surfability is more of a business.
That's right. Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. The lifeguards will volunteer.
all
So,
right, okay.
so
So,
when you think of Mumbles lifeguards, you think of Mumbles, the village, and you think of that stretch of bay
I
that nobody
know.
goes into.
Yeah.
they're
It's
from the
funny, isn't it?
land that should not be mentioned, the name.
Yes.
As usual, we've gone off somewhere completely different from where we were
Yeah.
going. But hi, Paul. Paul's just come
Hey,
in.
Hi,
boy,
Paul.
hey, man,
Uh,
your bloody camera's good. Tell Sam about it.
what camera?
No, you're perfect tonight, mate. I don't know what you've done, but that's the best we've ever seen you here.
I didn't know if it was working.
Oh, well, don't touch it because it is.
Uh, uh,
Sorry about this,
Paul,
Alan. This is it always happens to us.
Paul did quite a very good book on Dave Fryer after he passed away,
Ah.
and
Mm.
unfortunately, it was very difficult to get it put anywhere. So
Oh,
something that you're talking about would be ideal for that sort of medium, to
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I made it.
people.
So,
So
sorry,
you
I made
wrote
it
a
up.
book on
Well, I'll show you it now. I made it up because the British Surf Museum sort of commissioned me to do it. I approached them if they wanted to do something after Dave passed away. They were full beans for it. Right up until the day I was supposed to take Dave's surfboard and this book, which I produced, took me ages to get it sorted. And the day I was getting ready to deliver it down to Braunton, they sent me a text message saying, "Don't bother," because they didn't have room for the surfboard. And
Bunch of
the
idiots.
book,
I
the
think I've heard
surfboard,
about that.
yeah, the surfboard is quite relevant to British surfing in the fact that it's sort of it was what they were making surfboards in Cornwall when Dave came back from South Africa, and this surfboard was like a spaceship as far as they concerned. They didn't know what it was. They did. It was
It,
very good shape in it. So they sort of dumped me at last minute. They sent me an email Christmas Eve saying they needed it at a certain time between the 2nd and 10th of January to put into this year's sort of presentation in the museum. And I was going down with it. It was on one of the Mondays just after Christmas, and they sent me a text message saying, "Don't bother," because they couldn't fit it into the museum. Don't worry, we've got another surfboard belonging to Dave Fryer, which they borrowed off Alex Williams, and it was a 7 foot stinger. Or a stinger, I don't suppose you know what it is, but
Yeah,
wasn't a
maybe.
stinger, was it?
it was a surfboard which wasn't really relevant to, I suppose,
To anything.
Mm.
anything really. So that's what
Mm.
they produced anyway. They put something on
So
Um,
since then, the British Surfing Museum in Braunton, it's the Braunton and North Devon Surfing Museum,
Mm.
has not been well thought of by us, or by me as well as Paul,
no,
anyway. Because
well, you know,
they're a bunch of
but
Yeah,
I wouldn't have produced it in the first place
yeah,
if it hadn't, you know, they said they were really keen and they were encouraging me to do it. So I'll show you. Well,
yeah.
I've got
So
a copy
how
somewhere.
did you get it printed? Did you have it published?
Well, I've got it printed. I don't know if that's the same as published. I'm not very good with these things. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
We produced how many copies of it was it, Paul? Probably.
I've had, yeah, that's it. I've had, you know, it's an ongoing thing. I can get more printed. Um,
yeah.
I had it initially. I had a few printed, and some weatherproof ones, which we had on show when Dave's paddle out. But I've still got it. You know, it's there. It's you know, it's
Because we
about,
were
like, you
just
know.
talking about an event. It would be nice to produce copies of the book as well, wouldn't it? To
Well,
and put them.
could provide. I could provide. Um, I could provide a copy or a few copies of that book and Dave's surfboard, which from
Wow,
1960. Yeah, it's
my
in
son would
Calais at the
like to see
minute.
that.
Well, if he wants to see it, it's in Calais at the moment
Is it?
in
Okay.
the surf shop in Clay in Matt Stevens' shop. He's happily put it on display there with a copy of the book. You know, and people have been going to look at it. I was listening to what you were saying about what you want to thinking about doing. This is a great idea. I know for a fact that, you know, as far as I don't, you know, I thought it was like a museum sort of thing, but it sounds like it's a one-off
Mm.
thing you're doing now, is it? What are you
No, the
thinking about?
archive is a permanent thing, as permanent as it can be, and then the events
Right.
will be a one-off to create permanent copies to archive.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
But
I've since all this has come about and, you know, it's ongoing. I've been in touch with the Welsh Surfing Federation through Linda Sharp,
yeah,
um, and she's been proposing to do the sort of the history of Welsh surfing in
yeah,
a digital form, which could be used as, you know, turned into a paper or picture sort of thing, which and she we've been talking to the Waterfront Museum,
yeah.
um, and they are keen as mustard at the moment to do something with this, but this takes
I
quite a
bet.
lot of time to set up. Um,
can I interrupt,
they
Paul? Sorry, this is like just to say, this is like initial stage to get the ball rolling for all
Yeah,
these other things
that's
that
the hope.
then will come
Yes, oh
from it.
yes, I sort of got the gist of that, but the point I'm trying
Mm.
to make is that there are people, you know, around, you know, sort of Gower, Langland, Swansea, as well as the rest of South Wales and some people in North Wales who've got so much information.
Yeah,
And Linda is at the moment, or I don't know whether she started, but she's thinking about, if not started, contacting these people and getting all the information and putting it onto a file, which could be
we
helpful for which could be helpful
yeah
for what you're proposing as well.
Yeah, no, that's
we could
great. But
get some oral
this
histories, couldn't
yeah,
we?
this will help her. She'll get to know of this and then get in touch with either myself, Colin, you, or Helen, or somebody, and we can all
Yeah,
work together then because lots of people are doing stuff, but nobody's actually knitting it together.
yeah.
Coordinate.
Yeah, so that's what
Well,
we need.
another thing you've got to take into consideration, Helen, is that the surfing fraternity in Wales are not as on the ball as the lifeguard in fraternity of Wales,
Okay.
and everything would most probably take about 20 times longer to come to fruition.
Yeah,
And
I'm used to
you
that.
know, like Con will explain that as well. Like, you know, uh, you know, to organize anything, you know, for example, when I organized the paddle out for Dave Fryer, I made a statement saying it would have been easier to herd a cattle as sheep into the water and make a circle than to get the surfers to do it. And that's what
Yeah,
surfers are like, generally
yeah,
they're
of course.
they're very horizontal.
So
But
trying to get
it's a
my
great
son in
it's a
college.
great idea. It's quite a lot of work involved with that as well, isn't there? So it's
Well,
Yeah, they're
John
always
John Goss has
starting
got
up.
a load of stuff as well because Arthur took loads of photographs in the 60s. When we down there,
Okay.
64, 65, 66. PJ's got lots,
yeah,
It's a matter
yeah.
of completing everything. John's still got the stuff.
Yeah.
It's a case of getting it all tied in and into some sort of format which you could use for what you want to use it for.
Yeah, making a list.
Everyone's willing, and it's going to take a
Yeah,
lot of people.
Yeah, well, so the base point that Helen's trying to get here now is everybody brings along on the event their stuff, pictures,
yeah,
stories, imprint, whatever. She'll have the system
Yes,
set up to actually scan it, photocopy it, whatever, get it
we
into
can.
digital, and go from there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but all these
yeah, we
things
can.
take money, and that's what Helen. The first stage is for us to agree and say to Helen, "Will you sort of push this forward and apply for a grant?"
Yeah,
So we can get a grant to get a premise to do the thing, hire
yeah,
any equipment we need, and
Yeah,
maybe sometimes you have to hire people as well or give them something. This it costs a lot of money. Like with the digital Mumbles Digital Archive, they've got I think about 8 people working on it almost well once a week at least, but other
yeah,
people working on it so 3 or 4 times a week. So it's a lot of work goes
it
into it. So
is.
this
But
this
I
is
mean,
go on,
yeah.
Hannah.
Well, I was just going to say with the archive, it was Will's idea, wasn't it? And from the very start, it did feel when it was just the two of us, massively overwhelming. And there were so many people coming with so much information. But and I think I've learned a lot from that as well. So and subsequent projects since, and something that also works really well is if you have this big event and also treat it like a bit of a consultation, you can have a separate room as well with oral history recording equipment. You can pick up a lot of oral recordings and conversations and memories in like one go. And then you can use all that you'll have so much stuff to apply for a grant with then. And if we can get the 7 grand that the Rural Anchor are offering, then that's quite a lot to have a decent event. And the bracket around it is heritage event.
Mm.
And when I applied to the lottery recently for a grant for the archive, it was mostly for equipment, which they turned down. They did say, because I'd said about there being the need for new archives like surfing, their feedback was we'd be really interested in the surfing element.
Oh, good
So
one.
I thought, right, okay, well, that's it for them to say that is really encouraging. So I think it's a good start. Um, and what I can do is email the Rural Anchor and just tell them about our idea, and then see what they say. And if they say yeah, reply, then I'll just do it early next week.
So
Yeah,
can we just? I think everybody here agrees. Yeah, nobody disagrees with it. That's good. We're not any group particularly, just a group of people.
Yeah.
But what would it come under any sort of title? So we just get that out of the way first. If it's surfing Wales, surfing
Well,
Swansea,
if they say we can
surfing.
apply, yeah, then think of a title and just send it to me. It can be changed before the event,
Yeah.
but just if you can think of something,
the glorious
yeah.
history of Welsh surfing.
I'll get all the
that
LBR. We got everyone on board.
sounded like who's that Welsh actor now that
I was putting it on Sam.
Michael
I was
yeah,
Sheen.
acting. I was acting, my boy.
yes, that's why I'm trying to identify the
Yeah,
actor
boy.
you were acting.
Us just actors who.
He should be on that thing on the pier.
I think
He's a kind of David. He's a Welsh David Bellamy.
Think I go down as well as a rusty old seaboard man, from down the pier.
So Helen, this are you trying to get this ball rolling to be able to get the funding for the event to be able to gather all the stuff, or Right.
Well, I can. This grant needs to be applied for ASAP because it's first come, first served.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you can, if you were up for it, then I can apply for it, and then you can think about what you really want from it.
Yep.
But to be honest, I'm happy. I'm happy if they don't give it to us. I'm happy to apply for a grant, keep trying, and even hold a smaller scale event. I've held, where I think people would come anyway. You'd be amazed what you can do in a shoestring. But
Yeah, right.
let's aim high, and then see where that takes us. Fingers crossed.
And I think other things, you would get Mumbles Community Council perhaps to support you to a degree as well on this.
I think so.
But so that's that on that side is okay. And from us, you just want us to say, yeah, go for it. And also maybe some help in the future.
I think maybe do what you want because you're the surfing community.
I can say that my archives, photographic archives, are pretty cool. Pretty good. So for photos, we got a base stack of photos, as it is.
Amazing.
Like when he says that, Helen, he probably means about 4,000.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Probably more than that.
Don't talk me down, mate. I got about 40 bloody thousand.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I've got a garage full of surfboards as well.
Nice.
And on a sad but serious note, I was talking to Con about this the other night. Con has been keeping all this stuff, including interviews that he's done with people. And if anything happens to Con, they'll just disappear.
That's the thing, isn't it?
And I think to have them somewhere permanently, a permanent home, would be brilliant. For everybody.
I think Swansea Archives might be interested. The other thing is, I'm on I'm one of the friends, the Royal Institution, the South Wales Museum as well. So the old museum. So it would be amazing to have an exhibition if you could get everything from this event. You could have an exhibition there and in the waterfront because we worked together. We just had to have an event at the waterfront for the old museum, so you could get a lot out of that. But the history of surfing is massive. The appeal of what you all have would be huge. It would benefit the archive as well, because you'd be having hits from all over the world. So
you got a lot of exhibits in front of you now.
Yeah, can we just put Con in the museum? That'd be all right.
Just sit there animating.
We'll apply to get Con embalmed.
It's amazing what you can do with AI, mind.
Yeah.
But I think if what Paul said earlier about Linda, anybody who knows anybody there who wants to get involved in this, let them know, and get in touch with us. And it'd be far better if we're all going together rather than sort of individual little groups, I think.
Yeah.
And whoever sort of takes on the mantle of running it, brilliant, good old strength of their elbow, because it's a difficult thing. As you said, herding sheep together. That's it's hard enough us having a conversation on here sometimes.
Can I just ask something? Have I missed something, guys? This event, wherever it's been held now, this fact-finding event, everyone's going to come and bring as much stuff, whether it's pictures, trophies, or whatever, to this event. It's all the information is gathered together, and what's going to happen with all that information then? Is it going to be put on show somewhere else at a later date once it's all compiled and put together and set out?
Helen,
I've missed that bit.
So initially store it on the archive so that it's there and it's stored. Probably you could put it on the Mumbles Archive and Swansea Archives, and then you could have exhibitions. You could even have interpretation boards at key points.
Tell me, Helen, will the archive be open for donations? Digital donations. Like for me, for me, I could email or send my photos or whatever to the archivist.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All right, cool, yeah.
I'll tell you what they'll need to. I'm not involved in the day-to-day of it now, But so I've just done a project on farming. The one before that was on dialect, mumbles dialect. So all that information that I get, I send over and then they upload it. So you've got a team of volunteers now.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the dialect one. I saw the book, and I was chatting to Andy Tamlin Jones. I think
Oh, Andy, yeah.
part and parcel of who spoke with the sort of thing, you know.
So Andy is the non-for-profit that I run, Garrett and Earth. Andy is a director. He does all the a lot of stuff with me.
Yeah, he's really a musician.
Yeah, he's a musician. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met him down in the folk club in Llanmaddock back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Got 2 minutes, guys.
We have a chat now and again on, not a chat direct, but we seem to know each other, and I know his face and he knows mine, so we've met along the line somewhere on a stage somewhere, you know. But
Yeah.
back in the day, we didn't take notes or photos.
Well, he
Just had too many other things to do.
The hill, didn't he? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Boys
that's
from
right.
the
Yeah.
Hill?
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Mm.
And I just
So,
got something to show you, which is going to be interesting.
Did you hear the time up, Con? We got about a minute and a half left.
Yeah, a minute and a half.
Oh, tied up the whole meeting.
Helen, we normally come back after about 10 minutes.
There we are.
I don't expect you to.
Michael, this is Michael when he was young, and listen what he has to say.
I think the silver surfers are getting younger every day.
Sorry, mate, I couldn't resist it.
Who's that?
That was Bruno.
What was that on my head?
Wow.
It's never used to have one day.
So who's that?
That was Mike. Primo when he was about, I don't know, about 18 maybe.
Oh, right.
But we're talking about AI, Ellen. That was one I did with AI, you know.